So my mother-in-law, Lonnie, she's currently going through it. The diagnosis was step one. If you spent some time with her right now, she's very charming and she's beautiful and lively, and you wouldn't know that she, is dealing with an Alzheimer's diagnosis. But as a family member and our grandchildren, her grandchildren, my children, and when she's in the family and you're dealing with, repeat conversations and repeat things that come up, you can tell something is going on. I'm currently, going through the fight right now with Alzheimer's. My mother-in-law, Lonnie, who is our Nana to our children, and my wife has talked to her every day of her life. Very close with our family and just the best grandmother and mother-in-law. She's 79 years old, and a couple of years ago, we started noticing some changes and started getting concerned about, some memory stuff and some, concerns that we had, come across as a family, and fast forwarding through a lot of ups and downs and emotions and just, what families go through when they realize they're going to take this journey and fight this battle. The good news story here is that my mother-in-law was, in fact, a candidate for Leqembi, which was the first FDA-approved drug. The point of that drug is hopefully to buy you a year or two of normalcy and hopefully slow the disease down or stop it in its tracks, ideally, for a year or two. So we were able to get her on that drug. That was a huge accomplishment and a huge ray of hope within itself. She recently had her very first post infusion checkup with a doctor. They did another scan on her brain and also another cognitive test. And the great news here, and it's, when I tell this story, I always say it's a story of hope and some serendipity, and also just the progress that the association has helped the doctors and scientists and researchers and everyone who is trying to push the needle on eliminating Alzheimer's one day. She had the appointment, and we got the great news that it appears from the cognitive test and from the scan that her progression has slowed to a halt, almost no progression since the infusion started. No side effects so far, knock on wood, but I don't think we would have been able to get her on that drug if I wasn't involved in the association, if I wasn't around people that have gone through the fight before I started mine. So now, when I say it's a story of hope, maybe, this is blind hope, but what if the year or two, hopefully, that she gets from slowing the disease down, what if something else comes out from the FDA? What if some other drug that doctors are working on comes out that buys us another year or two, or that, hopefully in the future reverses the plaques invasion of the brain and all the things that Alzheimer's does. So not banking on that, but also just really optimistic and grateful that even if we do just get another year with Nana, it's the most valuable time is the most valuable thing a family can have. And this last year or two since she's been diagnosed, it makes that time even more valuable when all of us know that these moments and memories are perhaps some of the last that we'll be making with her. So it's been extremely advantageous and reassuring to be a part of the association. I say reassuring just because of the community that you feel when you're at these events. You're around people that understand what you're going through, that can offer stories, life experience, reassurance, and if not any of that, at least just real, genuine empathy, because they know exactly what we're going through. Alzheimer's Association, has been just a blessing to our family. It's given us a sense of community. It's given us a network of new people that can help us deal with this emotionally and that we can relate to. And it's also just given us the knowledge that we otherwise, I don't think I would have had. So it's been extremely important to our family, and it also just feels good to join the fight. It feels good to be a part of it, and it feels good to help. Because any family going through this, they need help, and that's what the association's about.